Welcome to Lincoln Speedway in Pennsylvania. We are set to go for another round of Monday Night Madness on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Of course, we begin as always with the Open 358s here at the Lincoln Speedway. Well, we've got a fun one around the corner here for you. We're so glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Still an Eclipse version, Marty Sakala alongside Zach Chapman. I can't even see my screen with what's going on here. But Zach, another round of coast-to-coast action. We're at a tight but a fun racetrack at Lincoln Speedway.
Yeah, man. Like you said, we had the Eclipse today, so I expect some crazy racing, just like that neat experience we had. It's going to be a good show, especially looking at the top five. A lot of good guys in there in qualifying right now. So expect good, hard battling and a bunch of different lines through turn 1 and 2.
Did you have any minutes of darkness?
No, I didn't get total darkness where I was at, but stood outside with the wife and the dog, and it was neat hearing all the birds and stuff kind of freak out and how much colder it did get. It was a neat experience.
Yeah, my cat actually freaked out once it got dark, from what I was told. So anyway, all right, I look stupid in these. Let me take these off. And we'll get set to go for racing. Track is currently closed until now as we are getting set to go here for heat racing. They just wrapped up in qualifying here. Shaggy, if you can confirm to me, who was the quickest man?
Right now, we're going to have 2 heats, too. Samuel Bachman got the pole, and Randall Dixon, P2.
So again, we invert the top 4 prior to taking the green flag. Here's a look at your starting lineup for our first of 2 heat races this evening. Just about 15 drivers make up the car count here tonight. A lower amount of drivers with us here. Of course, a lot of things I believe going on around the area. So it's Anthony Morano on pole position, last week's winner, starting next to Harold Klump with a 5:55. Row number 2, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79 and Sam Bachman in the 107. Row 3, Bud Molyneux in the 883 and Logan Wentz in the 118. And row 4, Jacob Brown in the 713 and Kelly Wheeler in the 110.
Really like Dino's chances here. He qualified 3rd, but he was only half a tenth off. They were really close.
Winner starts on pole position this evening for our 30-lap feature. We're underway. Morano gets a good jump off at turn number 2. Reynolds downstairs on Klump for the runner-up position. Both crews working out well. 3 wide of contact. Molyneux and Wheeler get together, and both of them take each other out. But lap 1 led by Anthony Morano. How about that new scheme that Dino's running? That's a hot scheme. He's looking for second here.
Yeah, nice and clean with the white on the side. Really dig that thing, and he's making it move.
Sam Bachman looking for 3rd. Harold Klump deny after the yaw into turn number 1. Up at the back of spot. Luckily doesn't have to worry if he's in 5th or not, because obviously everybody makes the show tonight. Logan Wentz, a poor qualifying performance. Started in 6th. He's now up to 5th, just put down the quickest lap to go to 16.15.
He's definitely been a quick car, just having to not always take the fast line to get around people, but he's doing a good job of progressing through the field.
2 laps to go in heat number 1. Man, that feels like we're already on the final lap here. We'll get to that in just a moment. But Reynolds trying to close in on Morano. Bachman trying to do the same thing as he's looking for 2nd.
Yeah, Morano just famously running the bottom. He's so good at it, shutting the car down in 3 and 4, and he's finding a new line there, and Dean just can't really compete right now.
Here comes Anthony Morano, won last week's race thanks to the bite off turn 2 that nobody had. Dean looked for a run underneath, but it's Morano that wins the opening heat and starts on pole tonight. On the bright side for Full Throttle Motorsports, they've got drivers starting 1st, 3rd, and 5th. But how's it going to look on the outer row? We'll find out in just a moment. That heat, by the way, was brought to you by our friends at Flatline Racing Bodies. Heat 2, oh, look at that, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. Here's the starting lineup. Jake Henry on pole position in the 171. Next to him, it's Bob DeGood in the 7. Row 2, that's the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Randall Dixon in the 011. Row 3, that's Dylan Kinsey in the 083, and Randy Shreves in the 56. Row number 4, Tyler Flynn in the 831. No call from Dan McLaren to grid. You may see him later on in the feature. Let us know, by the way, who you're rooting for in the chat. Thanks again for joining us here on this Monday night as we get set to go racing. Of course, the total eclipse lasting just about 5 minutes in my neck of the woods of New York. Where I live, it was actually cloudy, so we couldn't actually see the moon covering the sun, unfortunately. But we did get to see the darkness. It's pretty cool. You'll see in the far background, when you're in a total eclipse, you'll see a little reflection of the sun, an orange reflection. It's very cool, and I definitely enjoyed it, that's for sure. All right, again, this will determine the outside row for tonight's feature. Heat race number 2 underway at Lincoln. Henry gets the good jump, slides up in front of Bob D. Good, had to let off the cloud tunnel. Jeff Barker with an opportunity to take away the second position as the field makes their way off at turn number 4. Nearly side by side, Dylan Kinsey tried to make it 3 wide. Unfortunately, did not work, but here comes the Brewer to Beast with the lead on Henry. Can't get it off for 2, Zach.
Yeah, Jeff's got a good exit there on the bottom. He's going to be competing for the lead, I think, before we know it. Bob the Good, not a lot of y'all, and they're 4 wide.
Holy! They're still 4 wide at turn number 1. Good God!
I don't know how they survived that, Marty.
Dylan Kinsey probably had the closest call of them all while they were 4 wide. They could go 3 wide again off the corner. We got Barker still looking for the lead on Jake Henry. We're halfway home. What's it going to take for Barker to get this one over to 171?
A good exit off of 4, and he's finally getting a little better one. He's been real tight in the middle of 3 and 4. And I think that's what's been binding up a lot of his time, but he's right there. Any mistake by Jake Henry, and Jeff can take this one over.
Henry, though, last lap, quickest lap of anybody at a 16:20. Barker not too far behind at a 16:23. Final lap underway. Again, winner starting second tonight. Jeff Barker against Jake Henry. Time to make your bets off for turn 2. This Barker stepping in with a slide job to go for the win. Trying. Here they come off for 4. A drag race to the checkered. Barker takes it over Henry by 200.
What a steal by Jeff there. That's a good race. He worked real hard for that one.
We'll get right into the Lincoln Speedway warm-ups. We'll step aside and take a quick break. When we come back, our first feature of the night. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back here at Lincoln Speedway, warm-ups continue here at the moment, and it is currently Anthony Morano, the quickest driver, at a 15.8, 15.9.41. Hello to Jason checking in tonight, getting set to go for action, rooting on Dan McLaren this evening. So as things continue here, as we get set to go, Anthony Morano, it seems like he's going to be the driver to watch out for amongst everybody. But who else has you watch?
Well, you know, a lot of guys have been watching warm-ups. They were all trying to run that high side, and then Anthony Morano ran a real fast lap. And I think a lot of them went and checked replays, saw where he was, and they're trying to adjust here. So we're going to see people definitely driving out of their comfort zone. I think it is a little easier here to run up against the wall. You have a lot of room, especially in 3 and 4, but the bottom, it takes a lot of work on that throttle control, and you're going to see guys like Anthony Morano, they'll have it mastered.
Well, we're set for our first feature of the night. Let's meet the field and get you your RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Anthony Morano in the number 32, and the Brewer-to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Row number 2, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79, and Jake Henry in the 171. Row number 3, it's the 7 of Sam Bachman. Next to him, it's the 011 of Brando Dixon. Row 4, the 118 of Logan Wentz, and the 7 of Bob DeGood. Rounded out the top 10, Harold Klump with the 555 and Dan McLaren in the 88. Row 6, Jacob Brown in the 713 and Dylan Kinsey in the 83. Row 7, Kelly Wheeler in the 110 and Randy Shreves in the 56. Rounding out the grid this evening, Bud Molyneux in the 883 and Tyler Flynn in the 831. Alrighty, field is rolling off here, moments away from this feature. Who's your pick to win?
Man, the 32, I think, here is the easy pick, but this is kind of a different track, a little weed sportish, and I think if Jeff Barker can pull one out this year, this is going to be the place to do it. I'm going to root for that 513.
Good pick, good pick. I'm going to go with Morano for pole. There will be one lap until we take the green flag. Field making their way through turns number 1 and 2.
Yeah, big thing for Jeff here, too. He needs to get a good jump along with Morano. He can't. He wants that bottom just like him. He's got to make sure he's got a chance to get down there.
About to find out what happens. Time for the Lucy Olson Star first feature of the night. Morano and Barker bring us the great time to get it on. Morano, first time around, has the lead. Jeff Barker second, Dean Reynolds third, Jake Henry has fourth, over Sam Bachman. First caution is out, and it's Kelly Wheeler and Bud Molyneux. Watch out, leaders. See some regular quarter panel damage on the 110 of Wheeler.
I'm not sure what the flag man was doing. They were wrecked for a while, Marty.
Let's take a look and show you. This is going to turn number 1. Stack up and the 83. Oh man, that's a heavy impact. Both Wheeler and Molyneux head on into the wall.
Yeah, you know, Lincoln did update this year. They're not running the flagman. It's that virtual flag for trying this new thing out. So
that may be
maybe they're having an error. Yeah.
That may be the case. Here's the impact. Oh, ouch. Destroyed the front nose clip off of Molyneux as you rode on board with him. Field resetting here. Should be 1 to green when they come off of turn 4 with Morano and Barker clear. We did complete a lap. That was scored before the first caution of the feature. All right, Pace truck, or pace car rather, on pit road off of turn 2. Morano set to bring us back to the green flag. 2 laps in the books. Barker, Reynolds, Henry, Bachman round out the top 5 as we get set for the restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Morano holds serve. Reynolds looking for second on Barker as the field makes their way off of turn 2. Dino looking for the bite off of turn 4. Same way Barker won E2 last time, but at the line it's Barker with second over Reynolds.
Yeah, it seems like 1 and 2 fairly even in lines, but 3 and 4, if you could hook it up right, Dean and Anthony were showing it, you just get such a good exit coming out of 4.
A little bit sideways, Henry rolls sideways through the center of the field and went up the hill a little bit. Reynolds nearly neck goes into Jeff Barker. He saw the close point of action, and Barker's got at the 79 for now.
Yeah, Dean thought about using them sidebars. Just rubbin's racing, nothing wrong with that.
Definitely did, but you know Dean's a very clean racer. Knows how to race Barker very well. Trying to get up to Anthony Morano, but you've got to give it up to Barker how he is racing this early.
Yeah, Jeff's kind of hanging in Morano's tracks and just hoping for a mistake. He's definitely not as quick as him, but right now he's doing what it takes to hold on to second.
Bachman trying to be a factor here. Barker's got the 79 clear. Now does Bachman race his teammate? We'll see what happens. Oh, Barker got tight off for 4. Could be 3 wide at the line. No, Bachman thinks better of it. Steps back.
And now Dino, big slider, but Jeff's going to cross under. He should be able to clear him here, but now Dean's going to find himself in a battle, like you said, with his teammate.
Bottom stuff the podium on the line between the both Toronto teammates. Reynolds down to third, still trying for second on the first lead. Ooh, this is tight. Barker has Reynolds clear. Now Bachman figure out how he wants to attack the 79 Caution's out. Second yellow of this feature. Bobby Good, Bud Molyneux, Jake Henry, Kelly Wheeler for what we are hearing. What happened? A lot of guys sideways down the back. Heavy contact between McLaren and Good. Put the 7 up the track. Man, they were all beating big. That was wild action there.
Yeah, really bottlenecks coming off the floor. Nowhere those guys in the back could go, Marty.
It was just a cluster, you know what. Let's go to Jake Henry's perspective. Oh, he had contact from behind and had a handful, found a nice way to save it.
I wish they were crab leg clusters. Man, I could eat me some crab legs, Marty. I
tell you what, when I went to Dover last year, there's this place called Sambo's that everyone says you got to go to. Known for their crabs. Absolutely. I had a crab cake sandwich. Absolutely delicious.
So disappointed I never knew that. Growing up as a kid, Dover was June 4th weekend, and that's my birthday. So my father would take me every year, but I never heard of that place.
Well worth it. It is well worth going. I've seen Austin Dillon and Richard Childress there. I've seen other guys there, so I'm not too sure. Anyway, 10 laps down, 20 laps to go as we come back to green. Morano selects the outside for this restart. Final double file restart here. We're back on it.
Yeah, and I don't think he just got the jump he expected being on that high side. Oh, but Jim clipped the inside wall.
Barrier. And that stacks the inside row up and through goes not to Sam Bachman, but Logan Woods breaks out of the podium. Now can he secure it at the line? The answer is yes. Big contact further back. That was Molyneux in the 883. I believe the lap counted. That's a close one. Here's a look at what happened.
Jeff Barker gets P2 back.
He got it back. Are you serious?
Yep, it was right before he crossed the line.
Right before, let's take a look on board here. And let's just see here when this caution flag comes out. Lincoln has been known for those close cautions. See the lights still green there. Man. Jeff Barker is one lucky son of a gun, and now he knows not to do that once again. But you know, the other guy that caught a big break, I believe. Nope, it wasn't. Dino did not catch the break, though, that Barker caught. Bachman's back to third, wants fourth, and Reynolds fifth. And let's keep this in mind, too. Single file restarts for the rest of this race. I'll look.
Yeah, Jeff.
Go ahead.
Jeff got lucky and is going to be kicking himself at the same time because of that restart he got. He had a chance at the lead, but hitting that wall.
Best drivers on the track right now, Morano and Bachman. Look to be the quickest, the 5-lap average. Here we go, back to green. Nice job from Morano, who holds serve. Reynolds trying to get her back. He's dancing down the backstretch. Oh, Reynolds with a bad accident. We got trouble once again. And I believe this was for Kelly Wheeler this time. Lap taken off the board. And we will put the drivers back in the same spots except for Kelly Wheeler. It has not been Kelly's night. At least 6 or 8 accidents. Kind of Jacob Brown and turned himself around. Give credit to Wheeler for the save. So he may be in front of Molyneux. I'm not too sure. Nope, he's tail end. He was the cost the yellow. He's right on board with Wheeler. Now, for those wondering, by the way, we are not moving around the onboard cameras today. We've never been doing that, so not going to be able to do those moving on those things that I know a lot of you guys like for sure. Adds on to the pictures and the broadcast. All right, so we will try this once again. JJ checking in the chat. He loves that it's Monday. Oh, it's a great time on a Monday. I mean, I know sometimes it sucks because, you know, the work week back at it resumed once again. However, though, and Monday night's right for this. Morano's led every lap so far today. We're back to green. Great jump. Barker slammed the door. Wentz and Reynolds again for fourth. Mark 2 is on. Wentz leads over Reynolds for that position. How about as well that 88 is Kevin Clare up to 6. Not the biggest mover right now on track. That's currently Randy Streets up 5 spots to 14th. And now here comes Bachman. Downstairs for P2 is a Hayes. Not just yet.
Yeah, it's just so slick on entry in 1 right now that you really need to complete that slider to get the pass. It's going to be tough to finish on the bottom.
Trying everything to get it. It's just not working out for him. Ooh, Wentz tight off for turn 2. Trying to grab that third position back. Reynolds is looking downstairs on him. This is a fun race for third. While once again, down here,
Yeah, Morano just smooth, easy laps up front, but Barker no slouch either. The guys in behind him aren't really, you know, he's not really slowing them down. He's having a good run, but man, that battle for P3 is the show right now.
Absolutely is the show. Bachman finds once again for P3. The best line from what I'm seeing right now in Lincoln is the line right next to the chocolate chips on the cushion. You can try the low side, a little riskier as you can see how slick it's gotten.
Yeah, I think you're right, but Dean, I really like his line through 3 and 4. He's cutting down in the middle. He's diamonding a little bit. More of a straighter exit. He makes up a lot of time on those guys in 3 and 4. You see, he's sticking his nose in there. He's going to be battling for P3.
Started third, currently down in spot. Bachman, the only guy all the way down the basement. Trying everything to gather that back. Here comes McLaren with a slider on Reynolds. They toss Reynolds to the wall.
All right, man.
Caution flag is out. Ah. That's a tough break for Dino. He had such a good run going, and him and Flynn. But then again, I see Tyler Flynn crashed. Was Flynn maybe the cause of the yellow here? Reynolds has enough momentum to retain a spot. Tyler Flynn may have been that cause. I'm not too sure, but let's look at what we were all watching here. Dino and McLaren contact. Dan just tries the slide job out of Reynolds, and there it is. Just the wheel-to-wheel contact. Yeah, unfortunately, Reynolds stopping on the track. That does send him tail.
Yeah, tough break for Dino too. He had to pit. I think he suffered some damage on that contact, but we'll have to see how far he can climb here in 10 laps.
Back to the 5-lap average once again. Who's the better driver? I think right now it's Marano. It's just about dead even. So very tough to pass here in the final stages with how slick the track has gotten. Of course, however though, it's been a hot day, warm day. 78 degrees the track temp, 75 is the air temp at the moment. Marano 9 laps away from another
Green
dub.
flag, green flag.
He would be the first repeat winner of the season and open 358. We're back to green.
Now, hard to believe with as consistent as he's been this year that this will only be win number 2, but that says how good this class has been this year.
So much exciting racing. So many contenders battling for a win this season. You see McLaren trying to go for fourth. If he takes the spot from the 107, he would be your current hard starter. Right now, we're 14th to 8th, up 6 spots. McLaren gathers that spot. He'll have the advancement of the momentum. 7 to go.
And you know, Dan's doing it all on the bottom right now, and he's pretty quick.
Bachman caught the wall.
Might let Dan get the spot at the line here. It's going to be close.
Yeah, Bachman got him. McLaren tried to use that to his advantage. Has to slide down the line in the fifth position. Meanwhile, 5 laps to go for Anthony Marano. A half-second lead over Jeff Barker. He's led every lap so far today. Right now for Marano, it's just been perfect. A mistake-free day. One mistake, Barker has an opportunity to pull off an upset.
Yeah, not that I'm rooting against Anthony, but boy, I'm rooting for my horse, Jeff, here. I think he maybe can find something. If he knew that the bottom was working in 3 and 4, I think he'd try it because he's really good at running.
4 to go here. Colorado Motorsports, number 32, came into today just over a 40-point lead over Logan Wentz. And again, as I mentioned, would be his 2nd win of the season. 4 different winners on the season so far. Marano along with Logan Wentz, Dylan Kinsey, and Michael Vitale. That just shows you what this competition is like. Logan Wentz, though, battling Jeff Barker for 2nd. The Bruton Beast trying to hang on to a runner-up position. Wentz just got a man sideways. Caution flag is out. We're going to overtime. Jake Henry in the 171. And Marano has to be punching in his steering box right now, that's for sure. Because he had this race won. Just look what happened to Jake Henry. The good just tapped him. from the rear end of Henry. Going to overtime. What is it going to take for Jeff Barker to pull this off on Morano here?
Nothing short of a miracle. I mean, Morano said it a couple weeks ago, I think. It really takes you a lap and a half to even think about making a move on the guy in front of you if the leader gets a good restart. So he needs Morano to fumble this restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go, back to green. 2 laps to settle it. Wentz attacking Barker for the second position. Just what Morano needs to see in the rear view. If Jeff Barker wants it, he has to go. Come and get it against the 32. White flag is out. We're on the final lap.
Morano's going to the bottom.
Trying to prevent the slide job. The driver of the full throttle motorsport, number 32 through 3 and 4. 3 wide for second, but we've got our first repeat winner of the season. Morano wins at Lincoln Speedway. Barker second, Logan Wentz third, and how about Randy Shreves and Bud Molyneux? Each of 7 spots tonight. Shreves finishes 7th, Molyneux 8th. Shreves takes the bonus points. Good start here to the evening.
I think Barker on that podium is definitely a driver
cool.
favorite. A lot of guys are going to be happy for him.
Maybe
Good for Jeff.
contending for driver of the week. What is it now these days for driver of the week prize? Is it a medal you get?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool medal. I'll grab mine in intermission if I think about it.
All right. I know it used to be a coffee cup, but the medals
Yep.
look nice. So there you see. Look at the official results. And we will pop in your winners here. Stand by as we're just pretty much, I think, loading everybody in. Again, a reminder, coming up next is the Rebels. And a lot of storylines there. We'll talk about them coming back from break. We've got your top 3 all in. We're going to begin with Logan Wentz of the 118. Logan, a great quiet run for you tonight, moving your way up to from 7th to 3rd. Walk us through it.
It was all about just keeping the car clean, to be honest with you. I was kind of shocked when I finished with a 0x.
Good for you, man. Well, let me ask you this as well. With the way the racing was tonight, just with the way the track was slick on the bottom, was this pretty much a one-groove track?
In the beginning, it really wasn't. It was kind of even top to bottom, but after the first couple cautions, it really just moved up to the top, and it was either you were getting a run around the top or you had that slight cut down on the bottom. Either way, they were both the same. Coming off, you had the same amount of momentum no matter what you did. You were just coming off side by side, and if you didn't back off and enter on the top behind them, you just lose everything on the bottom.
Where did you feel your car performed well the most?
Honestly, I was comfortable at the bottom in the beginning, but it really performed best later in the race when it was up on top. That's where my car shines the most.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I gotta thank Casper Flagstone for keeping me employed each week, JT Screen Printing, the boys over at Moreno Racing, all the guys over at FTM for helping me week in and week out. You for putting on these broadcasts, and Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race each week.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Great run, and we'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
See you next week.
Absolutely. Hopefully I didn't mess you up there. I clicked a button by mistake. I think we're good, though. Logan Wentz finishing third. Let's talk to the Brewerton Beast. Your second place
Hello.
finisher in Jeff Barker. Hello. Zach, we'll let you take this one.
Well, Jeff, you didn't get the win, but I picked you to win. And so first off, I'm glad I didn't jinx you. But man, dude, heck of a run. Were you a little disappointed that the bottom didn't stick around longer? Because I know how good you are at running the bottom.
I thought it was going to come back. I was watching Anthony real close to see if he was picking up any speed down there when he went onto his ventures, but I figured I'd wait until someone showed me a wheel before I tried it.
I mean, what kind of interview would this be, too? We slowed it down on the broadcast. The guy in P2 was about, 4 feet away from the start-finish line when you got that spot back on that caution. Tell us about that sigh of relief.
Oh yeah, that was Christmas in whatever month this is, April.
Yeah, that was definitely a lucky one, and you did a good job of keeping it out of the wall because, as you see, lucky caution, car held on, and you were able to get P2, man. So congratulations. You got anybody you want to thank?
I gotta definitely thank you guys for helping put the show on, Marty and Zach. Glenridge Motorsports Park, Lincoln Speedway, Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, iRacing Setup Shop for the stock setup that got me in there tonight. So that worked out pretty good. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, congratulations, Jeff, and hopefully we get you back up here soon, man.
Hopefully I'll see you here in about 2 races.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't think you'll see me. Well, I guess, I'll be up here in the booth, but I won't be on that podium. I can tell you that.
I'm gonna try hard. I'm gonna try hard in Renegade. So,
well, go get him, Jeff.
all right, thanks.
All right,
That's
Jeff
your P2
Barker.
finisher.
Yeah, Jeff Barker with a heck of a P2 finish. Let's talk with the dominant Anthony Morano winning this one, the first repeat winner of the season. Man, how important was track position here, or qualifying, I should say, at least?
Qualifying, I kind of punted the pooch. I had probably about 10 points too much gear in it, but rejo was definitely a big thing there, and track position was everything. Just didn't really have much room to move around, it seemed like, and I got out there a little bit of a lead. I started moving around a little bit and talking to Logan and Sam and Dylan about what lines I was doing and what the car was doing and how it was feeling everywhere. It's trying to help them out, but I think it was just if you weren't up top for most of that race, you were going the wrong direction pretty quick.
What I gotta ask you this for the fun of it: what would you have done if you lost to Jeff Barker tonight?
Actually pretty cool. I like racing with Jeff. I race with Jeff, well, a lot more I used to in the matinees and stuff. So, it's always fun racing with Jeff. He's, good racer, clean, very, very clean. Jeff is probably one of the cleanest guys in here. So, hey, it would have been cool to see Jeff win it too. I'm not one to hold something against anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been pretty cool to see. But hey, you're the man of the hour, obviously. What do you expect next week? I can't remember where we go to next week. Let me double check that. But
that makes a big difference. Because I don't know where we're going.
Right.
I'll take a quick peek real quick, see where we're going.
I'm peeking right now. Let's see here. Schedule. Because I had it on standing.
Eldora.
Eldora. All right. What do you expect from that?
As much as I don't like Eldora, I'm always really, really fast there. So hopefully something kind of like this and go for a hat trick would be great. But we'll see.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I thank my wife, Sherry, teammates at Full Throttle Motorsports, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop. These Swan setups are just unreal. Dean at Super Dare Car, Logan at High Mom Lens, Expert Installation, GripHack.com, DJ Sim Shop, MDI TV. You guys for doing the broadcasting for us and everyone at Coast to Coast.
All righty, we'll let you go. Congratulations, great win, and we'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Marty.
Your first repeat winner in Anthony Morano. When we come back, it's Rebels time here at Lincoln, and we've got the Spider Monkey joining us in the booth. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get. Tonight when we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
We are back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We get set to go for Rebels action here at the Lincoln Speedway. Mari Sakala with you alongside Zach Chapman. Now we're joined alongside the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, coming off a fun week last week. Brandon, nice runs that you had at Lernerville. Now you move forward to another PA track. This time we cut it in half pretty much at Lincoln.
Lernerville. I didn't know we went to Lernerville.
I'm sorry, I meant
week.
Williamsgrove. I thought I was like, wait, did I say Lernerville?
No, that last week was a lot of fun coming up to do that pack. Hopefully I can keep some momentum going for this. I know last week I said I didn't like my car at the beginning of the feature, then I ran up to second, but I really don't like my car right now.
Gotcha.
This is going to be a little fun track. Hopefully we can keep the cautions down and have some really good racing.
Alrighty. Now with that being said, qualifying is underway, so we'll see who takes quick time. First driver we're going to watch on the track is the driver number 29 Disease Design Scheme. That is Steven Stewart.
Brandon said he doesn't have a good car tonight. Everybody better watch out.
Yeah, normally when he says that, he's good. So Stewart will be the first driver to set the bar here. Lap time for for Stewart goes 14:35. Brandon Dittmer, though, the quickest at a 14:199. Stewart may have caught the cushion. That may have invalidated his second lap. Nope. 14:34 on lap number 2. Brandon Dimmer, though, the quickest. Dean Reynolds third. Trent Verstraeten halfway down the back working lap number 2. He's fourth quick now, fifth quick at a 14:37. Check on Dan McLaren here in just a moment. Verstraeten looking for a better lap time. It's just off. McLaren, though, second quick. How about Gary Alford in the 94? Sixth quickest on lap 2 at a 14:38. Here's the Flying Fry off at turn number 4 in Kevin Fry. Check that off at turn number 2. Ooh, bad slider, and that invalidates his lap time. Now, here's the story we're watching closely. $20 on the line to anyone who can beat the boss and Ross Corinna. 8th quickest on lap number 1. He won last week at Williams Groves. The bounty went up to 20. Again, he is the only driver that has won so far to begin the season. 4 for 4 on the year. Corinna 10th quickest, and that may affect him when it comes to the lineups because the Odells just went 3rd and 4th here, Zach.
He's gonna put himself.
Yeah, I think it's going to affect him the good way, Marty. Yeah.
Put him on the pole. Are you kidding me?
He just got lucky. Oh, man.
He did my heat, too. Golly.
But I will tell you what, though. What's going to ever happen with the Spider Monkey if he gets a setup that he likes? Like, he might lap everyone.
I don't know. Who knows? So, but.
I felt so slow. I did not think I was going quick time.
You are in the Rebels. Keep that in mind. No offense. No offense.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Heat race number 1 brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. The starting lineup. The boss is on the pole. And Ross Corinna. Next to him, it's the 88 of Trent Verstraeten. JJ Odell makes up the inside of row 2 next to the Spider Monkey and Brandon Dittmer. Row number 3, Zach Neubauer in the 52 and Joe Backus in the 46. Bud Molyneux rounds out the field. He starts in 7th tonight. All right, we'll put Brandon on mute here as we get set to go.
Green, green, green.
Winner on pole here tonight for our 30-lap feature. Heat 1 underway. Corinna with an early slider on Trent Verstraeten to go to the point. Brandon now tries to go high, wide, and handsome on the 88 off of turn 4. May go 2 for 1. Come on, a contact between the top 3. Dimmer hooks with Corinna. He's lost the steering.
Yeah, hopefully his wheels are all right because that thing looks like a rocket ship. His head cool and handles this thing. He can easily get back up to 3rd, and that'll put him in a good spot for the future.
Could possibly go. We got a race for the lead, though. Here comes the boss and Ross Corinna, or excuse me, that's JJ Odell. I saw Corinna and Verstraeten racing for the lead, but look at the momentum that JJ Odell has off the pole. It's a banger already with 3 laps to lead.
Yeah, he was behind Dittmer on that first lap. He got to see how that high line can hook up, and boy, is he going to make a...
That he is. Corinna with a slide job. Odell trying to counter it back. Field is in a 3 and 4. Odell with a slider. Corinna tries to counter it back off the corner. He's now racing for Verstraeten for the second spot. Big had his team though, the boss head off for 4.
And Neubauer got in the fence on the entry to turn 1 and 2. That's going to kind of take him out of that battle for 3rd. Now Trent can go work on those 2 guys in front of him.
2 laps to go. Who's going to start on pole here? JJ Odell or Ross Corinna? Corinna up on the bottom side. Odell hugging the cushion off for 2. This is determining the inside row, I believe, for tonight. Final lap underway. Odell trying everything to guard Corinna. A little bit sideways off for turn number 2. JJ Odell gonna protect the slider line from happening off for turn 4. Odell with his first ever pole in Monday night. Corinna second, Verstraeten third, Neubauer 4th, Backus 5th, Dittmer 6th, and Molyneux 7th. Good heat race to get things started. And now we're set to move on to our second heat race, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. The Flying Fry on pole position, Kevin Fry in the 21. Next to him, Gary Offutt in the 94. Row 2, Steven Stewart in the 29. Next to Dan McLaren, Soupy in the 88. Row number 3, Jacob Brown, the 713. And the Bassman, Roger Craig in the 747. Rounding out the grid, it's the General, Andy Patton in car 87.
Now, I know we talked about it last week, I believe, but boy, that 87, man, that's a slick paint job.
That is a really nice paint scheme that Andy has set. Game, as we get set to go, let us know who you're rooting for in the chat tonight. Let's take a look and see who it is. Checking in. I had YouTube loaded up earlier tonight. I think
Green
I closed
flag,
out
green
by
flag.
mistake. But regardless, green flag is out. Here we go for Heat 2.
Kevin Fry with an excellent jump.
Stewart trying to slide up on Gary off of turn number 2.
Man, Dan McLaren pulled 2 wheelies going down the backstretch. Somehow he hung on to it.
Yeah, McLaren with some close calls there, back in the 5th position. A lot of good racing all around the road, sideways. Stewart's got a chance at second, Brandon.
Yeah, trying to make that low line work. And you just got to really have a good angle going into the corner. If you got yourself that shallow, you're just not going to make it work.
McLaren nearly touched. As they do get him.
Roger was coming.
Oh,
there was
McLaren goes around and upside down.
Oh, there was Fry!
Oh, Kevin Fry wrecks from the lead on lap 4. Gary Offutt and Steven Stewart racing for a Heat 2 win. Stewart takes it from Offutt at the line as we're halfway home. Here comes Roger Craig trying to be a factor in this. Where did the Bassman come from, guys?
Yeah, he's just getting a little sideways on exit. That's a little better that time, but you saw it snapped on him. You just got to be a little more sensitive with that throttle, but he's quick right now.
So it's Steven Stewart out in front. Let's look at the replay. What on earth happened to the Flying Fry who went flying? I just got too much. Got over the cushion up in the wall, sent him over. We're on the final lap, though, of heat race numero dos for Steven Stewart. He'll start outside pole position tonight. Next to J.J. Odell. That's a front row I don't think anyone saw coming. And that one to the unique list. Stewart wins the heat. Off at second, Craig third, Patton fourth, Brown fifth, Fry sixth, McLaren seventh. Oh, we do have one more heat race. That's right. Heat 3 brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park, home of the Dirt Car 358s every Sunday night. Tyler Flynn on pole position. Next to him, it's Talon Ulibarri. Row number 2, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79, and Bryce O'Dell in the 62. And in row 3, it's the 122 of Brian Dickens, and no call for the Brewer to beast Jeff Barker to grid. As I believe Barker is admitting and getting ready for Renegades. Brandon, real quick, what are you watching out for in this heat?
Oh, watch out for Dean. He's got a good feel for this
Green
track.
flag,
He's gonna
green flag.
He's gonna try and pull out a heat win here.
Big stack up on the outside line as we're underway. Tyler Flynn gets out with the early jump. Reynolds is back out. Here comes Ulibarri looking for the race lead. Ooh, that's tight there as Flynn and Ulibarri nearly tangled. Reynolds had second off return. Dickens looking for P3 on the 831. On Ulibarri, but pulling away as Reynolds slides up the track. Let's see what Dickens has for second. Zach, the cars are driving a little bit even. Hang on, Flynn and Odell, nice saves, but as I was saying, the cars are driving just about even as of right now.
Yeah, it seems like they're all going for that same line, so I imagine there's one preferred line right now. It's just about throttle control, and then as soon as I say that, Dickens is going to rip the lip in 3 and 4. He's going to try to see if he can figure something else out.
Everyone all chasing Talon Ulibarri, 1.1 second advantage on Dino. Dickens trying a different line, trying to go high, wide, and handsome. Up on the cushion, got a little too much of cushion. And nearly won over because of it, Brandon. Nearly did what Kevin Fry did.
Yeah, he's got kind of something figured out up there. That's why I was kind of running before I got taken out. That top line is very fast if you can get the hook up. Just make sure you don't pull Kevin Fry.
Two laps to go here. And now we're on the final lap for Ulibarri. It's a good start for the Designs team. Just put Steven Stewart on the pole moments ago. How about Ulibarri starting inside row 2? Reynolds second, Dickens third, Bryce Odell fourth, Flynn fifth, Barker sixth. So I should say they got a man in second. Ulibarri starts third tonight. Alrighty, heats are done. Lincoln Speedway warm-up. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continuing here at Lincoln Speedway, and to Stan McLaren, that's currently the quickest driver at the moment of 1485. Hello to Megan, watching tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, as always rooting on Dean, who is fourth quickest on the track as things stand. Ryan Dickens just took the backwards on there. All right, moments away from feature time here. Zach, what do you expect?
You know, I don't know if I really expect it, but I hope to see some patience. You know, the first lap's going to be a bit hectic here. You know, like I said earlier, reminds me of that turn one at Wheatsport. It's not the same, but it's a little awkward. It's not like anywhere else we go, so just got to be a little patient. People are going to have different lift points, and if they can survive the first lap, I think we can get a couple laps green.
We'll see if that has to be the case here. Drivers are set to go racing here this evening. It's now time to meet the field for our 30-lap feature. Here's the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, a first-time pole sitter. J.J. Odell, the number 26, and next to him, it's Steven Stewart, the 29. Row number 2, Tally Ulibarri in the 19. Next to him, it's Ross Carina in the 10. Row 3, Gary Alfa in the 94, and Dean Reynolds in the 79. Row 4, Trent Verstraeten in the 88, and the Bassman, Roger Craig, in the 747. Rounded out the top 10, Brian Dickens in the 122, and Zach Neubauer in the 52. Row number 6, Andy Patton, the General, in the 87, and Bryce Odell in the 62. Row 7, Joe Backus, the 46, and Jacob Brown, the 713. Row 8, Tyler Flynn, the 831, and Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 9, Kevin Fry in the 21, and Jeff Barker in the 513. Rounding out the grid, Bud Molyneux, no call for him. The next to him, it's Dan McLaren in the 88. We get set to go for action here. Zach, who's your pick to win tonight?
Man, kind of a funky grid we have tonight with the different wrecks and stuff. Kind of got some favorites towards the back, but man, I got to pick Ross. He looked really quick in warm-ups, and I just think he's up high, starting where he wants to be, and I think he'll make quick work of that front row.
We will see if the boss can get it done this evening. Full look at the starting lineup on your screen.
But I'd be lying if I said a part of me doesn't want Brandon Dittmer to take my money tonight, so I'm going to be rooting for him.
Working on getting live timing fixed up here for you as soon as possible, but getting set to go for the Lucy Olsen start. Green flag set to fly. Here we go. As the field makes their way off for turn number 4. Odell leads lap number 1, followed by Steven Stewart. Ross Carina third. Tally Ulibarri fourth. Dean Reynolds runs out the top 5. Trent Verstraeten looking for a run down.
And we are 3 wide through some of these parts of the pack, Marty. They are going hard, but they're racing clean, and everybody's showing a lot of patience.
Start for Steven Stewart early on here. Verstraeten underneath Ulibarri, trying to take away fourth. Already up 3 positions after starting from 7th. Reynolds follows him underneath. Alliances, not officially teammates, but the Venom and Full Throttle guys love to work with each other. Ulibarri, nice drive off the corner. We got a little bit sideways. Out of 4, that could help out Verstraeten.
Oh, Roger Craig sideways.
Roger Craig
nailed in 1 and 2.
has lost the top wing, and I think you heard it from Zach. That may have been a wild ride for the Bassman.
Oh man, he just went up tail tank straight towards the wall, and I couldn't see who that was trying to rip the outside, and my gosh, that was hard.
That may have been Gary Alfa. That it was. Up in the fence, Craig went, didn't go on its lid. And Tyler Flynn doing a nice job to dodge it. Take a ride on board here with Roger. Hard crash. All right, while we get things all fixed up here, I am going to let you, Zach, call a little bit of a portion of this one as we're going to try and get this timing fixed up here.
No problem, my man. Yeah, pace lights are off this time, so now it's town PA, it's time to play. The pace car's gonna pull in the pits this time by J.J. Odell, your leader. He chose the high side, so I'm sure we're gonna watch him push Steven Stewart down towards the bottom, make him restart in the slick so he can get a good start. He's gonna be polite. He's gonna move on. He's gonna fire. He's gonna get a good jump. Meanwhile, Ross Carina with a good jump as well. go down to the 30. He's going to look for P2 here.
All right, I think we got it fixed and back up here.
He's trying to make that bottom work, Marty, but it's not where you want to be, I don't think, right now.
Steven Stewart, though, looking for the race lead on J.J. Odell. Nice battle happening off of turn number 2. Stewart up on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Got the lead just in time, but they're crashing behind them. Bryce Odell, Trent Verstraeten also went sliding. We're back under yellow once again. They were racing near the front 4 position. Here's a look. Battle for 4th. Oh man, the 62 just came in way too high. Just got one up the track into Verstraeten. Laren also catches a piece of the action. Right on board Bryce. Oh, he caught the inside wall. You know, Verstraeten's not going to be too pleased initially, but when he looks at this angle, I think he'll understand that Bryce just, you know, caught the wall and, you know, physics not his friend. What causes an action forces an opposite reaction.
Yeah, until we saw that camera view there. I thought it was an overcorrection, and I thought, you know, he was going to be kicking himself for getting into Trent. You know, still his fault, but like you said, when you get in that inside wall, not much else you can do there.
Again, remember, $20 on the line if somebody can defeat Ross Carina, as long as, let's remind everyone of the rules here too. He has to finish in the top 5. He cannot wreck him to win.
Peekaboo, look who's in P6, Marty.
That
end
would
spot.
be the Spider Monkey.
Green, green, green.
He's got a bold strategy caught in front for sure. Here we go, back to the green. Going all single file here, so I believe that was our last J.J. Odell second, Ross Carina trying to gather the second position away. The boss is able to do. Neubauer slides up the hill for just a moment while racing for position. Reynolds and Dipper racing for fifth. Ferrari could be a factor with the Spider Monkey, but Dipper hangs on for dear life.
Yeah, I think we're kind of seeing a transition here. The bottom's starting to come in.
Sideways had real-to-real contact with Neubauer, made a great save though. As you were saying, Zach, I think that bottom is starting to come in just a little bit. Reynolds could have Ulibarri cleared for 4th possibly. That he does.
Yeah,
Look out!
Oh!
Great save from Ulibarri after getting on 2 wheels.
Yeah, big beneficiary there is going to be the Spider Monkey going from 6th to 4th down the back stretch.
Trouble. Drag around. Oh, what a big hit from Bryce Odell. Yellow flies here once again. And let's gather a replay and show you what happened. Contact with Backus. Man, Odell took a lick. Let's ride on board with this with the 62. Left front just hung on to the tether. Reminder, Renegades coming up here. on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. "13 laps complete." We saw J.J. Odell lead early, but now it's Steven Stewart out in front. And look who is in second. Zach, the boss. Trying to make sure Steven Stewart doesn't win 20 bucks.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, he wants to make us go broke, Marty.
I think he does, as we're back to green.
Dittmer's looking for third.
The place to be, and yes, you said it, Spider Monkey. Taking a chance in that third position on J.J. Odell. But we got to watch the race to lead. Corinna all over the tail tank of Steven Stewart. Tried to dive in the corner, didn't work, but then he catches the wall.
Yeah, he's driving it real hard, but I think Dittmer really figured something out last time. I think he overdrove 1 and 2 there a little bit, but he hooked up when he held it on the bottom last time.
I think he did possibly. Brandon Dittmer, one of 3 drivers up at least 10 spots. Something crazy to think. He started 16th, he's in 3rd. He's not your biggest mover right now. Dan McLaren started last and again is running 6th. Odell catches the wall. Also have Kevin Fry now up 11 spots, passing J.J. Odell. But let's go back to the race for the lead. Corinna trying to dive it. It's worked on some corners, but doesn't work on the other side here, Zach.
No, and I think Stewart got the memo about the bottom working. Oh, caution's out.
Check on what it's for, and it. Oh no, he jakes him. It was for Dan McLaren. Had a good chance of picking up 5 bonus points, but now has to take that card back. Kevin Fry got him. 360 for McLaren, and more contact from Andy Patton. You're out of north the 88. McLaren in the pits to get a new front wing.
Yeah, that Dan was in a pretty big accident earlier, if I remember. So the fact that he was hard charger and made up all those spots that fast says a lot, but I think he might be done for the night if he had to use that quick repair.
That could possibly be the case. Well, should be 1 to green this time by. Let's talk about Steven Stewart here while we were at Zach, because correct me if I am wrong, but if he wins, I believe it would be his first ever win in Coast to Coast.
Yeah, he doesn't remind me as a I think he'd be a first-time winner, but I'll have to check the race up to double check.
That would be the case. He has 2 seconds. Could be the longest third of his life. Side by side off for 2. Best race car right now. That's Brandon Dittmer in third. Fastest race car next to Trent Verstraeten, but he's right in the back. Should check that Verstraeten's out of the race, I should say. 10 laps to go. Different lines. Corinna looking for the drive off in turn 2. Bad exit from Steven Stewart. Here comes the boss for the lead.
Yeah, I think Stewart is maybe getting some info on what the people are doing behind him, and he was quick out there out front. He just needs to do what's comfortable.
Corinna. Borderline on the cushion off in turn number 2. Using the wall to his advantage. You've got a new leader with 8 laps to go. It's Ross Corinna. Making sure Steven Stewart doesn't get his first ever coast-to-coast win. Here comes Brandon Dittmer trying to take away second. 7 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, Ross, he's just like a snake out there. You never know when he's going to strike, but he's always got the leader within distance, and it's just impressive, his consistency week in and week out.
Dean Reynolds could be a factor as well. Top 4 drivers, maybe top 5, all under a blanket. 6 remain. This is a wild race for second. I think Stewart's trying to hang on. I don't know if he's using his tires, but that car seems to be pushing up.
No, and a car that you mentioned seems to be
Dino!
coming in. Yeah, they made some contact there, but boy, Dino's quick right now, Marty.
Where the world did he come from? Remember, top 5 drivers transfer into Renegades, and they're all racing like it's for the win. 4 laps to go. They're likely going to need a caution flag if they want a chance at $20. Denver. Thought Fermoni was going to go for the slide job. 3 to go. Coretta's run away with it. 3/4 of a second, the gap.
Ross got the wall a little bit.
Ross got the wall, though. Denver trying everything to catch him. Joe Backus's crash. No caution. We stay green for now. Stewart catches the wall. Dino looking for 3rd. 2 laps to go. And Denver is there on Coretta.
Yeah, I'll tell you who doesn't care about finishing in the top 5, Marty. That 83, he's going to go for this win, and he's going to go hard here.
Dittmer's going to YOLO it, but look at traffic ahead. That's Joe Backus. Final lap's underway. How bad do you love your Brandon Dimmer? Coretta catches the wall. Side by side off for 2. Was that Dimmer's only hope? And in turn 3, Dimmer sends it deep. Ross Coretta continues to be perfect.
Tell you what, though, Dittmer threw it in there, man. He gave us that finish we were looking for, Marty.
I think this finish would have played different if Joe Backus did not spin earlier. But folks, the bounty is now at $30 next week at Eldora.
That's a Dittmer track. He was just wanting to build it up to $30. He likes ripping that wall. That's all that was.
Here's a consolation prize, though, for the Spider Monkey. 5 bonus points for being hard charger from 16th to 2nd. So we'll pull up the results here for you on your screen. Corinna, Dittmer, Reynolds, Stewart, Fry. There are your top 5 pending IL. The news are looking at 11 through 2011 drivers finishing on the lead lap, 12 finishing on the track here tonight. Well, let's
P3, Dino.
Yeah, Dino, 3rd place. I didn't see that coming.
Squirrel and nuts. Squirrel and nuts. No, it's I actually snuck away and ran the matinee today, and that actually helped. And I knew the setup was going to actually start coming to me as the race went on, and I actually think I probably had the better tires, but I just missed my entry. And I tell you what, Stewart, me, and BD, man, what a race we had. That was fun to watch. Fun to be in my seat, too.
Well, thought for a moment you were going to go for 2nd there.
I wanted to, but I missed my setup, and Brandon cut right underneath me. And you son of a gun, you got me there. And Stewart almost did the same thing, but it was tough. Yeah, you had to get 4 tires in that low section coming off the corners and make it work. And that was the whole key. But hey, I'll take this, man. That's and my IL's good. Heck, I'm going Renegades.
Oh, yeah, that's what we like to hear. What a race car, though. What a car you had tonight. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Well, I got to give a shout-out to Patrick Spangler first. He helps me with some setups. He sends me some stuff that he thinks will help me. I'm not hard on the gas like he is, but he'll send me some stuff that will tune me down a little bit and keep it going. And, I got to thank him for that. I got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. They're always a lot of fun. I had a little bad luck there in that 358 race. I was a little down after that because I thought I had a good car there, but it happens. It's racing. And, came in with a sprint car. I said I wanted to do a little bit more sprint car racing, and Rebels is a little tough to begin with at the start, but now we're getting 2 weeks in a row. We're going Renegades, so I'll be happy with that.
Attaboy. And Megan says hi, by the way. So.
Oh, cool. I'm glad she's watching. Yeah, hopefully my father is. And, I got to say congrats to BD. It was good to see BD running up there, and I was actually happy to hang with him. And, and then we had Father Ross there. Ross does a lot of my sprint car wraps and everything, and congrats to him. And what's the bounty up to now, like $732 or something like that?
You're off by $702. It's $30 for next week.
Fair enough. But hey,
We're broke.
congrats to him. And this wasn't the easiest track to come from where he was to get a win, so he earned it.
Yes, he did. All right, Dino. Nice job and best of luck in Renegades, all right?
All right, thanks, guys. Maybe I'll pop up a little later.
All right,
BD, good run, man.
Good.
Thank you, you too.
Brandon Dittmer, we'll talk with him now, your second place finisher. I thought for a moment you were going to get him. You had a really fast car at the end. If lap traffic is not in the way, how do you approach it?
Yeah, if 46 wasn't there, I follow Ross through 1 and 2 and go at him in 3 and 4. But you just gotta respect the way Ross drives, and you just can't. I'm not gonna do him dirty, not on purpose at least. I love the way he drives, and it's just mesmerizing watching him and how clean he races. I want that bounty, but golly, it just wasn't in the cards tonight.
Where was this car really good?
In traffic. Traffic, it was great. Kept really straight. I didn't get loose a whole lot. Did a couple times. I heard y'all mention it. But for the most part, it stayed gripped up, and it was very, very nice.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
You guys for the broadcast, Roger for Coast to Coast, Training Wheels Racing, Speed Factory for the setup, and then Ross and Dean and everybody else in that field for the great racing. That was some of the most fun I have had in a while.
All righty, man. Well, we'll let you go. Congratulations, and we'll see you in Renegades.
Absolutely.
Brandon Dittmer finishing in second. Let's go to your race winner, and Ross Carena. You stay perfect, man. How about it?
Oh, they're not getting any easier, I'll tell you that much.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know what Brandon's thought were, but I think if that lap car wasn't there at the end, he probably would have tried something. But I think that lap car kind of got in the way. Good race by him. Boy, like I said, they're not getting any easier. Kind of the race kind of started. There was a high side, low side, just kind of sat back and said, I just need to be patient. Patient was the key tonight. And eventually I think, I guess I'm not sure what happened to Steven, but I think I kind of baited him into going to the bottom, and then I went to the top and was able to get around him. But hats off to, like I said, to Steven and Brandon for putting on the pressure there at the end.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what your game plan, what was going on there. If he made a mistake or anything. Could have also been maybe tire wear, possibly.
For Steven, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I ran. I'm sure you guys saw, but I ran the bottom for a majority of the race. I think that probably did play a little bit of a factor into it. I feel like I could kind of hear and see his car getting whippy down the straightaways. So I don't know if he was losing tires there or if he was just goosing a little much. But like I said, I just had to be patient and kind of pick my spots and stay clean. And luckily, that's what I was able to do.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Phantom Motorsports guys, Vanderbilt guys, Velocity Race Design, Michael Sportswear, Power Outdoors, M9 Performance for the setups. And then, as always, you guys up in the booth for putting on the show, and everybody behind the scenes at Coast to Coast making this thing work.
All righty. Well, we'll let you go. Congratulations on the win. You stay perfect.
Thank you.
The bounty's up to 30, by the way. All right, so Ross Carena, your winner here tonight. Let's step aside and go to break. When we come back, Renegades time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a
Hiatus. So let's get.
Right when we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
Oh, let me turn that down.
We're back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as we are getting set to go for Renegades action here at Lincoln. Renegades brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Bryce Cal alongside Zach Chapman, Brandon Dittmer, and Dean Reynolds. We've got 80% of the booth boys here with us tonight.
The best looking of the booth boys, too.
Yes, the best.
Yes, yes.
One guy we're missing, and that's the guy we like to call Happy Gilmore in chat.
Well, he's still recovering from his trip out in the Northeast.
That's been a lot of fun from what I've heard in the weekend.
Oh, it was good to see, it was good to see Isaac Bryan Lawson, Logan Wentz. That was a lot of fun.
All right, so set to go here with action. This is the guy we got to keep our eyes on the screen. Last time we raced at the Renegades, this was the dominant guy, and he had his first ever Renegades win. That's Donovan Ross. Boise's currently the quickest at 13:46. Whoever wants to take this one first, see the guy to watch out for again tonight.
And he's sporting a tan line. He told me that from his vacation too. So I'm not going to say where, but he wanted to let me know that.
Zach, what about you? Who do you? I know. I mean, obviously, I know you're racing it, but who do you have your eyes on?
And I guess it's got to be I was out there practicing, so if you said Patrick Spangler the first time, I'm sorry, but that's probably who I'm going to keep my eyes on. Blake Chapman also, he's good at running the bottom, and as Dino showed us in that B race, the bottom started to come back in there at the end, so he's a guy you always got to keep your eye on.
Brandon, how about you?
I didn't hear a word y'all said over everybody talking in the race chat.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't really hear Marty too. Kevin Fry was giving us a driver's meeting.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Let's pull up the times here as we stand. If I can. There we go. We got it now. David Ross, your quickest driver at 13.64. Jack Clevenger second. Stephen Goldner third. Keith Jackson fourth. And Jeff Barker rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, they're waiting for Sean Stewart right now. Yeah, the problem with his computer, he mic'd up, so they're waiting for him to get back in.
How about this car count, by the way, boys? 27.
Yeah.
We're sending 3 home tonight. I know
Dean's
that makes
nervous.
some of you guys nervous, yes.
Dino's nervous.
Well, here's the bright side. There is a consolation prize. If one of you guys don't make it, you get to join me in the booth.
Absolutely. So I want to make it. By the way, Spangler won the matinee, so he's going to be. I think he's got some laps here, and he's going to be all set. So he looked good too. So.
Well, we just had 3 laps here, Dean.
Should mention as well, I don't believe we will be getting things in a couple minutes. They're waiting for one more guy.
Yeah, Steven Stewart. I'm sorry, I said Sean Stewart. Yeah, he said he had something going on with the computer, so he mic'd up and he said he was going to restart. So they're waiting for him to come back in, which is cool. And actually that's cool because it's a guy that came from the Rebels as well, so he's really not even in the points for Renegades. But since he mic'd up and let him know he's getting a little proud there, they're waiting for him.
Yeah, I think they're trying to wait for John Short too, so we might get another person added to this session.
Let's remember, John had issues loading up last week.
I'm surprised one of us don't have issues after the eclipse.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. How was it at your place, Steve?
Didn't see it. It just got dark in North Syracuse. That was it.
Yeah, that's what it was out here in the
Yeah.
Buffalo area. I like the darkness part of it too. That was cool.
Yeah, it was cool to see how dark it got for that 3 minutes, but you saw my post on Facebook. Before my Facebook just froze up now and gone, and I don't know if I'm going to get it back or not, but I said the eclipse is kind of like getting ready for a Viking season. You all get hyped up at the beginning of the year, and then it's a disappointment.
Hey, this year the eclipse, though, in Buffalo, it was just like it goes with Sabres. Wide right, no goal, call the eclipse.
Ouch.
Hey, I ain't afraid to touch my own teams.
Rough.
Yeah.
I wonder if Megan's still watching. She texted me. She goes, squirrel and nuts. I said,
that's what you
it
always
was.
say.
Yeah, well, if I'm on a podium, it's got to be a little bit of luck, I guess. I don't know.
I did the same thing when I got the pole last week at Williams Grove. That's always my saying too.
Let's see here. Patrick checking in, saying, no, not the announcer's strength. Yeah, unfortunately, that's
Sorry. My side, Spanker or Banger or whatever you are.
JJ Odell says he cannot run the top, and there's a catfish on his car for a reason. And
didn't he win the heat running the top all the way around in the fluff?
I think he did.
Don't lie to us, Odell. Come on, don't lie. I watched you.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Brandon says he's not happy with the car setup, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you were paying attention, Dino, but right before he went out there and put down the pole, he said how unhappy he was in the car and how slow it felt.
I felt so freaking slow. I was surprised I got pulled, man.
Yeah, but remember I said that at Lima Land too, and I started in the back, and next thing you know I was in the top 5 before Kevin hit the inside wall, I think, or tires, I came across the track. No, I think somebody else got into him, but yeah, sometimes you can. Sometimes these setups don't feel good, and then all of a sudden you throw that feature setup and it tightens you up and tucks in the right rear, I guess. I had no idea. I just throw it in and go, but you get in a feature and you're like, oh, this don't feel so bad.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've run an actual sprint car. I need to get back in. Especially with what's coming up next month, obviously. Dean, you got as well while we were at it. You got some Dirt Car Series at Can-Am this week in a doubleheader.
Yeah, we got 358s on Friday, and we got some Dirt Car Series and Sportsman on Saturday. Matter of fact, that's why I'm always late on Mondays, because we have our conference call on Monday, and then sometimes, like the last 3 weeks, I actually ran time trials with a headset on, because I'm still on the call, but this week we actually got done early, so I was going to do a little practice. But yeah, looking forward to coming off that really good race that we had in New Egypt, and we're expecting, here comes Shorty, he's coming in, and we're expecting about 45 cars for the event, so we're getting excited for it.
Combined,
yeah.
or?
No, that's just big blocks.
Wow.
Well, 358s will be right around that car count too.
You guys in the car counts, it's been insane.
Yeah, it's been good, and we got 19 full-time travelers, so we're excited about that too.
And that number continues to increase every year when I talk to them more in a couple of weeks.
And the talent pool gets deeper because we're bringing in so many young studs. Alex Payne, Justin Stone, Matt Caprera. I mean, it's just, we had Felix Waugh last year. And, and now even Daniel Johnson Jr. signed on. He was the latest one to sign on. And that's pretty cool to have a second-generation driver do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We know he's got talent, too. All right.
Yes, he does.
Let's get to qualifying, boys. Who's the first on the track? I got Jack Clevenger in the 78, so we'll watch him. Again, you'll see the drivers all pop up on your screen. Green means it's their best lap. Purple means it's a full lap. See who sets spot first. 15,001 for Clevenger. 15,168. Dean Reynolds, 14,892. Stephen Goldner, 5th, 14,579. Brennan Lacey back into the lineup tonight with an 854. Let's watch the low-line master, who now has a blue and white scheme, has retired the red. Spangler 2nd, 702. Shreve's 3rd at an 83. Lacey 4th at 87. Spangler done with his lap. Let's watch Randy Shreves as he makes his way off for turn number 4. Is this a better lap for the 56? I think this is 1477. Nice lap for Shreves as he clocks in 3rd. Wilson 4th on his lap. Blake Chapman working on lap 2, 1488. That's good for 7th witnessed. Ross Carina jumps up to 4th. Chapman looking for a better lap here. I think he got it a 1488. Final few seconds of qualifying here. Barker off the pace. So Stephen Goldner is your quick time recipient at a 14.579 over a 10.
A five.
Yeah, he's in his own area code. The rest of the field all within basically half a second.
Yeah, so. All right, 4 heats for you tonight. We'll begin with Heat 1, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. And it's Brandon Templeton on pole position. Next to him, next to him, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79. Tyler Wilson and Stephen Goldner make up row number 2. And then in row 3, Brad Waite next to Terry Landis. Desert Demon and rounding out the grid, it's Steve O'Donovan Ross in the 5, trying to go from the back to the front in his heat race. Dean, do want to mention as well, JJ says it was there then. I ran it just to block Stephen as long as he could.
Fair enough. It worked.
It did, so. All right, Dino, best of luck here in this heat.
Thank you.
He's got a chance at grabbing pole position here tonight. Joe Canellis has already made his pick, and he says he's picking Stephen Goldner to win.
Yeah, how many laps? That's what I was just about to ask. How many laps?
I'm going to go with 3.
flag, green flag.
All right, we're going to waste no time. Green flag is out. Here we go. Brandon Templeton, slide job early. 3 wide for second. Steven Golder over to the bottom of the Macho Man. Noyan nearly took the lead from Brandon Templeton. Is he going to go from 4th to the lead? He just went from 4th to the lead on lap 1 at a tight track. Templeton catches the wall. Check to them, Evan Wilson. Here comes Reynolds with a crisscross for 3rd. Remember, top 4 transfer to the show here, Brandon.
Yeah, this is going to be an intense battle for 4th place. Diesel, what he's got to do is hang on and secure himself a spot into the finale.
Wilson!
Oh, here comes Wilson underneath me.
Out of nowhere, you found the lane and just said boom, boom, pow. He goes up to 3rd. Oh, Templeton hard to the wall. Wheel-to-wheel contact with Wilson and beat him.
Contact with Dean and Wilson.
Halfway home as the race for second's getting good. Meanwhile, Steven Golder doesn't have a damn idea what he's missing. 2-second lead of the Macho Man. So we've got 3 to go in heat 1 here, Zach.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing, just hugging that inside wall. And I mean, maybe, I guess he's got to be hard on the brakes into turn 1. I don't know how else he's doing it. He is making that thing stick. It's very impressive.
Final car in is Brad Waite. First guy out, Donovan Ross, 1.2 back. Have to hope for a wreck among 2nd and 4th to make it into the show. Reynolds looked high on Wilson. Trying to get next to that cushion as we're working the final lap. It has been all Steven Golder in this heat race. He went from 4th to 1st, and it only took him a lap to do it. The Velocity Race Design Vanderbilt 30 on pole tonight. Final driver in is Brad Waite. Wilson and Reynolds, 2nd and 3rd. Dino, you made it in.
Yeah, I think what helped there is I just came from a race. Like, I didn't even get into Tyler there, and I didn't go in too hot. I went in because I knew the car would stick. He was going in a little more tentative, probably because he just doesn't have a lot of laps yet. So felt bad to get into him a little bit there. And then it looked like that was net code between Tyler and Brandon, because Templeton's car just shot to the wall, and I think it was just net code that sent him.
Yeah, possibly. So, all right, time for the lineup for heat race number 2, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. Steven Stewart on pole position next to Bob DeGood in the 7. Row number 2, Brennan Lacey, the low line master, in the 114. And the high side banger, Patrick Spangler, in the 39. Row 3, the Professor, John Hine, in the 71, next to Gentleman Jack in the 217. And the Goose, Jack Cote, rounds out the field.
Good start for Mr. DeGood.
Now we'll see if DeGood make his way in the feature again.
Green
Top
flag,
4
green
transfer
flag.
in the show. We're green. Slider from Brennan Lacey. Stewart counters it back. We're swinging already. Here in Heat 2, Spangler looks low, has to back out of it. Lacey slammed the door right in its face. Lap 1 led by Steven Stewart. But here comes the low line master for the lead, Dino.
Yeah, it's interesting that I know Brennan's been doing some matinee stuff, although he wasn't there today, but, you know, I got a feeling it's a little rust coming off him, but as good as he is, we'll give him this heat and half the feature, and I think he'll be okay.
Lacey has taken the lead as we work lap number 3. Bob DeGood in the final transfer spot. John Hine trying to close in on him. He just passed Jack Hitt for 5th, but now you go to the race for the lead possibly. Spangler just ran a 14.93 best lap up on the cushion, Zach.
Yeah, the high side banger's messing around with the top, and he's going to go look here again. And if he gets a big run, we might see a slide job here. No, he's going to stick to the high side.
There, yep.
How high can you go, high side banger? Lacey trying to cut it off and slam the door in his face. They nearly touched down the back. We just had John Hine and Jack Hitt crash about a lap ago. So Bob DeGood with a half-second lead on Chad Cote for the final spot, but up front for the race lead. Spangler top shelf where Mama hides the cookies and the point.
He
should be able to get a big runoff for here and lock it up down the straightaway. He's going to be able to choose whatever line he wants. Bye-bye, Patrick.
Now you go to the 4th position. Bobby Good, 6/10 up on Chad Cote. If he can make the feature, that'd be big. Lacey with a slide job for the lead, but no, has to give Spangler the lane. Brandon, this has been a good heat race so far.
This has been a fantastic heat race as Patrick gets a little bit loose up on the cushion. Lacey back by.
This is gonna get good. Get your popcorn out. Lacey, Spangler, who's it gonna be at the line? Spangler got him!
Oh, my.
11 thousandths of a second.
Oh, there's not enough Galens around to watch that race. Wow.
We gotta watch that again.
Not if they did have any Galens that got spilled on the floor there.
You know Patrick wanted that Goldner winning that first heat. He wants to be in that front row with Steven.
Dang.
What a run.
And what you gotta respect about Lacey is him not coming up and slamming Patrick into the fence for that win.
Absolutely.
He let them race each other out, and I love that.
Classy move from Brendan Lacey.
That is a quarter of a car length.
We haven't mentioned, by the way, Bob DeGood got in the show.
Good deal.
So
The good guy in there? Oh, heck yeah.
yeah. Heat 3 brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park. Jack Clevenger and Jesse Bandy make up the front row. Zach Chapman, Randy Shreves on row number 2. Jeff Barker, Barry Goldner, row 3. The captain, Gary Taylor, is the caboose of the field back in 7th. All right, Zach, best of luck.
Good luck,
Appreciate it, boys.
Get top 4 transfer into the show. Winner starts 3rd. Green flag is out. Here we go. Clevenger immediately has both Bandy and Chapman cleared off for turn 2. Maybe a slider for the race lead for the Vanderbilt Master. Up the hill he goes at 3 wide from the top spot. Clevenger leads lap 1, but here comes Shaggy, Brandon.
Yeah, kind of threw it in there real quick. It's a real good run down the backstretch.
How about Jeff Barker and Randy Shreves trying to get into the thick of things off for 4. Barker wants 3rd. I think he just nipped Chapman at the line, Dean.
You know, I was talking to Jeff, I think about a week ago, and he has really gotten into some good sets. And he told me he really feels comfortable in the sprint car now. And, you know, when you're in Renegades, you also learn how to get better because you watch better drivers. And it's good to see Jeff run well in the sprint.
Chapman, the final car in. He's at a so far on dirt, whether it be a sprint car or modified. Shreves trying to run the Spangler line for the final transfer spot. Bad exit off for 4, Brandon, as we're halfway home.
Yeah, and Shreves is nipping right at the heels of Chapman here. He is going to hope Chapman kind of makes a mistake, hopes he kind of gets tangled up with Barker. Otherwise, he is going to be on some rough water here.
Ready to go in heat 3. Quickest lap by Shaggy, a 15:05 lap. Second groove possibly.
He's trying to make a second groove work, that's for sure.
2 to go here, Dean. Barker with a run on Bandy.
Yeah, he's kind of making that middle groove work and then do a little diamond off. And actually, I was doing that a little bit too. And if you can hit it right, it's quick. It's a quick lane.
Jack Clevenger, though, is yet to pull away from anybody. Final lap, though, underway in heat 3. Good lead, 4/10 of a second on Jesse Bandy. Winners are inside row number 2. And it's the All-In Designs, number 78, that takes it. Race for 3rd is on off the corner. Barker edges out Zach Chapman. So it's Clevenger, Bandy, Barker, Chapman. That will move on to the feature.
Zach almost messed himself up going into 1 and 2 there on the last lap. Almost got to the back of Barker. Luckily, he was able to draw it back and reel her in.
Now we go to heat 4, brought to you by Catalytic Recovery. Starting lineup looks like this.
Stacked.
Yes. Stacked.
Yes, it is.
Shorty
Yes,
on
it
pole
is.
position and John Short next to him. The Money King Kyle Moon in the 24. Row number 2, that's the salesman Blake Chapman in the 20 and Ross Corinna in the 10. Row number 3, Keith Jackson in the 113. And the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Can we just call this a feature?
You got a lot of Galens and a lot of velocity race design.
Yes, we do. Oh, I forgot to look at Dean during warm-ups. I just realized that. Oh, Brandon. Well, somehow you're going to wreck it.
I didn't do much because I was starting in the front row, and I thought I was going to be in the back, so I kind of did a small one.
Gotcha. All right, BD, good luck.
Good luck, BD.
All right.
Green.
Top 4 transfer to the 35-lap feature. Final heat race underway. Short immediately clears Moonen. Field makes their way off at turn number 2. Nearly wing to wing, and Short cuts the line off of Kyle Moonen. Chapman looking for P2. 3 wide for the second spot. Slight wheel touching between Jackson and Chapman. However, though, John Short leads lap 1. Tries the slide job. Moonen, though, wide open with the lane and takes the lead. Dean.
Seeing both lines work right now, Marty. Keith's making the top work and Moonen's making the top work. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is amazing. The KSR drivers now side by side for third, even 3 wide. Attention, Kmart shoppers. Blake Chapman just went 2 for 1. Here comes Brendan Dimmer at the same time up in fifth. This is an insane heat to get things going. Chapman trying to take second away. High side working well for Kyle Moonen, but Dean Keith Jackson's trying to run away.
And Mr. Rebel hasn't lost the race yet, is trailing the field. That shows you how stacked this heat is.
That's crazy, and the guy that finished second in the Rebels race. That's
exactly
what I'm saying. Oh! Kyle Moonen bounces off the wall. 3 wide. Short just clears the 24. Now it's Corona in third position. Moonen and Dimmer. The final 2 cars out. We're watching this one pretty good. Blake Chapman, though. Put the lead on Keith Jackson. Action all around the Lincoln Speedway, boys.
It takes a couple laps to figure it out, man, but that bottom line, it's all about patience, and Blake's really doing a good job of keeping that left rear in the slick, and
Moonen in the
you're seeing it hook up.
He's going to a remake. How's this going to look for the heat win off for 4? Jackson slides up the hill. 1 upside down. Chapman with the win.
Ross got third.
That was Kyle Moonen that flipped, and yes, Dean Ross took away third from Short on the final lap.
B-main, boys.
I tell you what, that was still a decent run by Shorty considering he had no practice. And this ain't a track to come in with no practice.
Yeah.
So that's a great run for him. I know he started on the pole and wanted to stay up there longer, but that's kudos right there.
B-main time, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. We're taking the top 8, bottom 3, headed to the bar early. Terry Landis on pole position. The Desert Team is in the 161. Next to the Goose, Chad Cote in the 11. Row 2, Randy Streams in the 56, and the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 3, Devo, Dondre Ross in the 5, and Gentleman Jack Hand in the 217. And in row 4, Barry Goldner in the 36, and the Money King, Kyle Moonen in the 24. Rounding out the top 5, it's B-Temp, Brandon Templeton in the 31, and John Hine, the Professor, in the 71. Gary Taylor rounds out the field in car 34.
Tell you what, Dean, I'm glad I'm not in this.
That was the goal for me, was just to make the feature. Everything else is gravy. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, just starting the feature for me is bonus points.
Yep, that's all. I just wanted to get in the feature, 35 laps, and learn.
Kyle Moonen starting in that final transfer spot, but you know, you can't be happy with just hanging on to 8.
Templeton back in the last row.
Again, top 8 transfer on. We will focus on the guy in the final transfer spot once we finish up this heat. Or once we finish up this lap, I should say.
You know, with the bottom coming in like it is, it'll be interesting to see how Terry Landis does, because remember Port Royal?
Yes. Remember Port Royal indeed. Field down the back. How bad do you want to make it into this feature?
Green.
Green lights are on. Here we go. Double wide off in turn 2. Landis trying to clear for the lead. Cote gets a bumper by Brandon Jackson for just a moment. Everybody hanging on for right now, but everybody saves there. Look out.
Hang on.
Shreves, Ross, both spin. Same with Gary Taylor. John Hine, you're in 8th. Take it easy, buddy. Oh, he touched the jacket. That goes around. Keeps it straight. There's Gary Taylor in the background. Quickest car on track, meanwhile, Brandon Detmer back and forth. Nearly lost it, kisses the wall off the two guys.
He's all over. BD's hitting that wall like he's pissed at it.
Dino!
Hey, look at Templeton.
Final transfer spot. Yeah, look at P-Temp.
Yeah. From the last row to trying to get second.
3 wide now for second. Cote gets through. It's all Terry Landis, though. At the moment, we're halfway home. 5 up and 5 down. Cote, though, with the wall. Like that. 3 wide. Oh, Cote! Bang! Now, how is that right? Oh, he's done. He is done. Gary Taylor just got a gift. The captain now the last one in an 8.
Oh.
Up 2.7 seconds. Let's remind everyone, the guy that won this feature last year in Donovan Ross. Seven complete, 3 laps to go. This is your top 4. All under of Lincoln, Landis, Templeton, Moonen, and Dittmer, guys.
And it seems like the battle's pretty much over for 8. Donovan Ross missing that front wing. He's in the wall. He's struggling. So battle's definitely up front.
Gonna have to hope for a big wreck amongst the top 4.
What's the way they're racing? It could happen.
Final lap underway. Landis out in front. Oh, Templeton got the jersey barrier, hanging on to it. Moonen backs out of it. Denver to second. Through goes Denver to the lead. I don't know what happened with Terry Landis.
Is he out of gas?
No, he can't be out of gas. Everybody's out of gas.
What, they go out with these? What, they go out with the heat
Absolute
setups?
chaos. These cars are like electric cars that everyone ran out of 0% and it was who was going to surge to the line.
Now, if you had a poll that said Ross, Shreves, and Cote would be the 3 not making it, who would have picked those guys?
I don't know. Not me.
Not me either.
So, I am speechless after that finish. Let's go to break. Stay with us. Feature time coming right up.
go 16.
All right, we're back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Moments away from feature time. Glad to be joining us for it. Wild beaming, that's for sure, as we've got the warm-up currently underway. And we're up to so because of that, we're going to bring up the ticker. Here we're running into
Well, good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Let's meet the
good luck,
field
fellas.
here and give you your RSN trackside starting lineup. Again, bear with us and no graphics here as of right now. But it's Stephen Goldner on pole position in car number 30. Next to him, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. Row number 2, Jack Clevenger. Clevenger is in the number 78. Next to him, it's the salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20. Row 3, Tyler Wilson in the 42. Next to Brennan Lacey in the 114. Jesse Bandy, Keith Jackson make up row number 4. Dean Reynolds, and Steven Stewart round out the top 10. The Brute to Beast, Jeff Barker, and the Boss, Ross Carina, row number 6. Brad Wade, Bob DeGood, row number 7. Shaggy Zach Chapman and Shorty John Short, row 8. The Desert Demon, Terry Landis, and the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, row 9. B-Temp, Brandon Templeton, and the Money King, Kyle Moon, in row 10. Barry Goldner and the Professor, John Hine, row 11. Gentleman Jack Hitt and Gary Taylor round out the field. All right, boys, real quick, picks to win.
I'm going to go with Blake.
You're going with Blake? All right, Brandon?
Give me Patrick.
All right. I would ask Dino, but he is already deafened, so. Anyway, boys, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Marty.
Put all these guys here on mute as the field rolls off here. Still getting the ticker or our stuff here all finalized here as we get set to take the green flag. On pit road as we get set to go racing. It's time to wing it and bring it, because where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Showtime at Lincoln. Good jump from Stephen Goldner off in turn number 4 as he leads the opening lap. Patrick Spangler back in second. Jack Clevenger in third. Here's actually that's Blake Chapman running back to the third spot, followed by 3 wide behind them with Jesse Bandy in the middle for just a brief moment. Tino now stuck in the middle, has to back out of it for now. Right now, Goldner race at the moment, 15:24, last time by for him. Side working from 78. Lincoln was working sprint cars throughout the night. Spangler, though, all over the bumper of Goldner. Just headed back out of for split second. At the moment. Complete lap number 5. Gap's about 2 car length last time by. That gets down to a half car length. Oh, Spangler caught the Jersey barrier. He is so good at 1 and 2. He made a big mistake there. Now he's going to get an opportunity to take away second. We just had Brandon Dittmer crash, and he is pulled off the track. Here comes Keith Jackson, the 113. Never know if he'll get one or not. Always a fast car. First started 8th. He's back in the 5th position. utilizing the cushion. Well, that cushion is very thin right now where, now I don't want to say that you can sit on it, but it's starting to thin out for sure, really bad. Lacey now is shifted up from the bottom to the top, but he rides turn 4. Not a good exit. See if Keith Jackson can strike here. Nearly through the chrome more than the 1. Let's go back up to front. Patrick Spangler for the lead on the high side. Same way he passed Brendan Lacey to get the heat win and steal it. Wing to wing down the back. Goldner much better in 1 and 2. Spangler so good at 3 and 4 next to the wall. Picture perfect exit. You got a new leader. Trading the lead off of every single corner. Spangler to the point. He's got Stephen Golden clear, now utilize the bottom. Let's go back to 6th. Jack Clevenger and Tyler Wilson. Double wide behind the drivers here. Oh man, we nearly went 4 wide, but they're 3 wide and 3 first flip overs. Wilson edges out Clevenger. The biggest mover on the track is back in 15th. That's Kyle. Starts attacking 20th. Not a lot of changes in positions throughout the night. 3 wide once again off for 4. Jesse Bandy up to 7th. Ross Carrera starting only to 9th. That's the winner from back in 7th. 4 drivers all under a blanket racing for 6th. Now you start to see Dino become a factor in this one as well. 9. Randy looks low, just cut in front of Carrera, and now the 49 throws the slider in and takes away 6th. The lead for Spangler starts to increase 1.5 seconds. Many Pennsylvania crowds. Reynolds with a chance to take a spot on Clevenger. They touch. Reynolds edges out though for 9th, I believe, by Clevenger. And Dino sideways. Hang on. What a save the 79 makes. Going back down in the 12th division. Now just has to reset his mind though. Back here in the front of the field. Brendan Lacey and Tyler Wilson. This is the race for P4. Nice seeing Lacey out in his return, running here in the front. Wheel down the back for just a moment. Slides up to shut the momentum off of Tyler Wilson. Trouble, Reynolds and Moonen.
Caution is out.
And our first caution waves here tonight. Brandon's back in here with me, so Brandon, why don't you talk me through here if you saw it. What happened between Dino and Moonen?
Looking right now, looks like Moonen just got into the 3, just a little too hot. Trying to get up close to Dean as they were 3 wide actually entering turn 3. So that's just unfortunate timing for Dean and Kyle there.
Wild stuff breaking out there, that's for sure. And they were unfortunately hooked because of that. Really no, nobody used the gel. Yeah, Moon just came in a little bit too hot on Dino. So that one causes our first caution of the race. 20 laps into this feature. Here's a look at the 5-lap average, in case you're taking notes. It was the best car, and I think to anyone no surprise, it's currently both Spangler and Blake Chapman. Pace car's in. Back to the green flag we go. It's our first double file restart of the night. They've been side by side in the last 3 to 5 laps. That's what makes Lincoln so good. Now they're 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yikes. This is insane.
I don't think I've ever seen 3 lines that even coming out of a corner before. That was impressive.
To quote the WWE Universe last night at WrestleMania, this is awesome. With what we're seeing, the 3 best drivers in Renegades competition duking at it for the race lead. It's still Spangler, Goldner, and Chapman with 9 to go. Spangler to the wall. Steven to the lead.
All right, man.
Oh, no! Patrick Spangler just got a Christmas gift in April.
Wow.
And the yellow, I hate to say if you're Steven Golder, this yellow was for Ross Corina. Hooked from the wall and came to a stop.
Check your stream real quick. It's green on YouTube.
We're good.
I got like a glitchy green screen.
Oh. Just a heads up. If you guys can hear me, just let me know. Yeah, I can hear us. This is, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, the night of technical difficulties we've been having here. All right. I don't know how we can fix this. That is so strange. That's a YouTube deal, I think. So, all right. We're doing this radio style. You can't hear, you can't see what's going on. But we'll tell you the pictures. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, JJ. It's so strange. Single file restart.
Flag,
Field makes their way off at turn number 4, where we have 8 laps to go. Spangler holds serve. Top 2 drivers down low into turns number 1 and 2. Off the corner, Spangler uses the right rear tire. Stays on the top spot for right now. Top 2 drivers try to pull away from Blake Chapman. Spangler slides up the hill. Goldner holds the bottom. Spangler still leads. 7.
It was Chapman for the lead.
Chapman wants the race lead.
And he'll have it.
Wow. Low side working well for Blake Chapman with 4 circuits left.
Patrick's got to be running in a tire, running that top side. Oh, he hits the wall again.
3 laps to go. Can Blake Chapman steal it? No, that's not lap traffic. Chapman had a bumper by Steven Goldner side by side with 2 laps to go. Patrick Spangler trying to make it things more interesting. Off for turn number 4. Chapman has a lot on this race. Final lap underway. Blake Chapman versus Steven Goldner, maybe versus Patrick Spangler off for 2. Chapman's got Goldner clear. One final shot for Steven Goldner. Not gonna work. Oh! Chapman wins.
Brendan Lacey takes 3rd from Spangler.
Unreal finish. But hey, I think everything's back normal. So let's get the interviews going. Let's begin with our 3rd place finisher in Brendan Lacey. Brendan, how much fun was that race tonight, especially in those final laps?
That was actually really fun. I think me and Goldner found what we thought was going to work there, and then ended up using the right rear up after we got back up there. But that was fun. I didn't know what to expect. It's the first time I've been back in these cars since they updated them, so they drive a little wonky. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. What have you been up to lately? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, go ahead. Got married, kids, won the lotto. What have you been, Lacey?
I'm an outlaw non-wing micro driver now. That is about all I'm good at. So we have put the scraps together of the Fitzpatrick ride that's been sitting outside the shop for about last 3 years, and here we are. So,
is there a Moon and race engine underneath the hood or anything like that, or no?
This is a proto. It's like the first ever one. I don't know if it's working like it should, but yeah, he put something together with whatever he had laying around the shop there.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Big shout out to Goldner for helping me figure out how in the world to drive these things again. That's why we called him the crew chief. But yeah, thanks to him, thanks to all the boys coming out. Luckily, all of us made the show, so that was a good showing for us. So appreciate it, and glad I got to be up here talking to you boys again.
Alrighty, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and hopefully we'll see you again next week.
Absolutely, we'll see y'all.
Marty, you're back to green screen again.
Ah, great, son of a gun. You can still hear us at least.
You can hear us now, yes.
Yes,
you can hear us.
I hope the stream doesn't reconnect on me. All the numbers say that we are good. So, all right. What is Stephen Goldner finishing second while we were at it? Hey, they don't need the replay. They can hear us, so we're good.
It's the Russians.
Yeah. No.
Actually, you know what? Goldner got passed. I think he's the one sabotaging your screen, Marty.
It probably
right,
is Stephen Goldner. He probably
Yeah,
didn't see the finish.
I'm not too happy I got passed either.
Well, I gotta ask you first off, how much fun was this race that you had tonight?
That was that was the best race of the year, hands down. I don't even know where we're going next week, but I mean, this race was badass. We were 3 wide for what felt like ever. And, Blake and Patrick, they're 2 of the best out here, and we didn't touch wheels hardly ever.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Steven, because I owe you this. As it being like my local track, it is a little funky, but you've always been a big advocate here, and it just shows when you get a good group of guys, you can put on one heck of a show.
Yeah, it's fun, and like once the top slows down, the bottom it kind of goes away, it slows down. You can run anywhere, with some of the sets that we have, and Patrick was up top, I was in the middle, Blake was on the bottom, and I mean, all 3 of us, and Lacey too, could have went anywhere on track and been the same speed. You know what I mean? So it really promotes good racing and good, clean, close racing too. So it's great to watch on the broadcast.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
All the guys at Banny built, super happy Lacey showed up tonight. And since he raced with us tonight, ran good. Fits Perfect Photography, you guys for the broadcast, Velocity Race Designs with Ross Perina there, and Roger with everyone with Coast to Coast Racing Leads.
All right, we'll let you go. Great job tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Good run, Steven.
All right, and now we are fucked. I have no stream going on right now. Nothing is going through. I think I'm having a graphics card problem.
That's weird that it just started happening.
Yeah. All right, I don't know if we're good now. I don't know. All right, Blake, I don't know if this interview is going live here, but if it is, talk us through those final laps.
Yeah, after those final laps, I figured it was going to come down to how good of a run I got off of turn 2, because I felt like I just had to take that middle away from Goldner there on the last lap because he was just killing me in 3 and 4 and getting off the corner there. And I got a really good run, fortunately, on that last lap coming out of 2, and I was able to move up on the backstretch there and take that middle away from him. It was good enough to get the job done. This car was, I don't know if I'm be giving away my secrets, Dean. I'll just tell you it was a lot.
Goddamn kids, I say that again. I just want to learn. That's all. I just want to learn.
If you give Galen's a little bit more advertising, maybe I'll drop some secrets here and there.
Well, we can put it on the side of the car. We can barter.
That sounds good.
Any man, how does it feel to have this start to the season that you've been having so far?
Yeah, I don't know where this has come from really. I mean, I didn't know what to expect with the new update this season, but it seems like I got this setup figured out. I've run pretty much the same setup the last 3 weeks, and we've been on the top of the podium. So I got something figured out right now. I don't know what it is, and another big key is I don't think I've had an incident yet this year. So just keeping this thing clean and keeping it up front for sure. That's also a big key.
Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run? I know I'm not asking. I know I'm skipping asking about next week, but something's going on here with the stream, so I'm trying to get this wrapped up ASAP. But come on, give those shout outs.
Yeah, appreciate it, Marty. I got to give a shout out to the family for watching and supporting. Got to thank all the guys at the Kreitz Sim Racing team and the Can-Am Racing team. I got to thank, of course, Galen's Gourmet Popcorn, best popcorn in the business. You can head over to their website and use code CART, that's C-A-R-T, at checkout for 15% off. And I got to thank Andy at A&J Custom Creations, Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps, and you guys for doing this broadcast.
All right, we'll let you go. Congratulations, a great
Good
win.
run, man.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, Marty.
All right, that's going to do it for us here. Next week, we head to Eldora, 7 p.m. start time, and that'll wrap it up for us here. Shout out to Brandon Dean. Zach, join me inside the booth. I'm everyone with the Coast to Coast Racing Network, out of the fine drivers and sponsors. Marty Scala signing things off here for tonight. Congratulations to your winner.